I realized that right around high school, I need to get in shape if I wanted to ask this girl, Nakaya, to the prom. And previous to that, I'd never worked out, never been in any sports, never walked into a gym, didn't really care about what I ate. I'd come home from school and I'd watch TV and I'd eat cereal and bologna sandwiches. But all of a sudden, 11th grade, I had the hots for Nakaya, and I knew that if I could just be in better shape the following year, senior year, I could ask her to the prom. So one of my friends, his name is Dave, he was the high school football team, he was the center. And he was in science class with me, and I said, Dave, you're in great shape. I don't know how to work out. I need to lose fat, build muscle throughout the summer vacation here. Help me out. So he takes me to the school gym. And it was an embarrassing situation. I'm talking about like I had no idea how to even hold the barbell right. It was just all over the place. There was no mind-muscle connection yet. But before you know it, spent that whole summer working out, came back senior year, and while I never asked Nakaya to the prom, just never had the confidence to do that, I was forever bitten by this whole fitness bug. And so that was my journey. All I wanted to do after high school was get certified as a personal trainer and help more people. In fact, Dave said, hey, one thing you'll want to do is read muscle magazines like Flex and Muscle and Fitness, Muscle Media. So I started buying all those magazines. Well, in the back of those magazines, there was a little ad that said, get certified as a personal trainer, earn $100 an hour. Now, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this one out. If I can train 6 people a day, that's $600 a day. The way I look at it is, I'll use the other 2 hours of the workday to take breaks and eat my foods. Like, I'm gonna do all right in life, $600 a day. So it turns out, once I got my certification, I was working at a big box gym for $11 an hour. Not quite what I had in mind, right? And so that was a really big paradigm shift for me. Like, well, hell, I've got these clients, they're gym members, and my job is to sell them on a program. I get a little bit of commission and then $11 an hour, but the gym keeps the majority of that money. This isn't fair. Turns out it was fair. You get what you're worth. And while I was certified and I had made a massive transformation in my own physique, that's not enough. And most of you in here right now are in that place. Whether you're in a big box gym or you're in a studio that's struggling and suffering, you need clients and competition is breathing down your neck and you don't know what to do about it. You, just like me, thought that if I just stay in great shape, have my kinesiology degree and my certifications, I will build it and they will come. You built it and they did not come. That's the facts. So I'm curious, raise your hand if you need more clients in your business. I just want to know who I'm talking to here. Okay, so all of you. All right, guess what? I was the same way. So can I help you guys grow your fitness businesses? Is that all right? There is one thing I need here. Energy, fucking energy, because if you don't give me the energy, there's no point in any of this, and all of you are going to fail in life. I'm going to tell you that right now. Enthusiasm is the number one component to success. Write that down. Enthusiasm is the number one component to success. And if you're sitting there with your butthole puckered right now, you're doing yourself a disservice. I get paid either way. It doesn't matter to me. And I make shit tons of money, and I'm okay with that because I donate a ton of it to charities I believe in. And tomorrow I fly out to North Carolina and I speak again. I was just telling Todd Abrams, from there I fly out to San Francisco and I speak again. I make my money no matter what. I also make my money because of my enthusiasm, my ability to communicate a message, my ability to understand my avatar, you. And that's what I want to talk to you about. So if I have your commitment that you'll be enthusiastic and engaging, we'll continue. Do I have your commitment? Yeah! Thank you. Trust me when I say that. This is not just to stroke my ego. It is, I'm going to give you the tools to make money. Because the most painful thing that I experienced as a personal trainer was having multiple side jobs. I was a personal trainer, a fry cook, and a bouncer at a bar. I don't even like to fight. I can talk my way out of any fight. I don't need to fight. But I was a bouncer and a fry cook because I didn't have enough clients to make money. And I would complain to my personal training client, his name is Jim Franco. And every Monday morning he'd say, "Kid, why are you so tired?" I'm like, "Jim, I left the bar at 2 in the morning and where I was a bouncer. Earlier that day on Sunday, I was working as a fry cook at Disneyland. And by the way, the reality is, if you really know my story, I was a bouncer at a gay bar. It paid more than the straight bar. And if Craig Ballantyne was here, that's usually where I go, and that's where I met Craig. But Craig's not here. You guys know who Craig Ballantyne is? Yeah, dear friend of mine. You should definitely follow him on social media. Great guy. But I'm up here plugging Craig. Fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. I love him like a brother. So I remember thinking, like, there is no police officer who has a side job as a fry cook. There is no doctor or attorney that has a side job. Yet in our industry, we're always trying to make ends meet by doing some side hustle, some side gig. And I was frustrated, and I was complaining to Jim Franco, my personal training client. And he goes, "You know what your problem is? You're an order taker. You're no different than a waitress." He didn't even say a waiter. So you're no different than a waitress at a restaurant. People walk in hungry, and you're an order taker. You don't know how to sell. I see you let so many people walk who you should be selling. I'm like, "Well, Jim, I beg to differ. I sold you a 6-month program where we train together 3 times a week." He goes, "No, you didn't. You just filled my order. I came in here looking for a 3-time-a-week, 6-month program." Like, shit. Like, Jim really laced into me. And this was the first time. Have you ever read Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Like, Jim was my rich dad. My poor dad was the dad that we escaped from Soviet Union, came here. He goes, "Welcome to America. This is freedom and opportunity. Go." It's like, "All right, what do I do?" "Don't leave the lights on." We always bought the cheapest food, cheapest stuff from Kmart and Walmart, etc. All of a sudden, I meet this rich dad in my early 20s, Jim Franco, and every day he's rolling up in a Suburban. Next day it's a Mercedes. Next day it's a Corvette. Like, "Jim, what do you do?" He said, "I take a little bit of money from a lot of people." "Okay, tell me more." So once he was willing to help me, coach me, mentor me, I realized that I don't know how to sell. That was my problem. I was just simply an order taker. People show up to a restaurant, they're hungry. The waitress doesn't have to sell them on anything. And so very quickly, it made sense for me to understand sales and marketing, influence, persuasion. And no one ever told me that I had to find something unique and different about me. And you really do have to find something unique and different about yourself, because if not, think about all the competition around you. I'm from Southern California. I can turn around any which way from the gyms that I own, because I also have my own Fit Body Bootcamp locations. I can throw a rock and I'll hit a competing location. So if I know there's a rock throw away, there's another gym, personal trainer, claiming to do what I do, fat loss, meal plans, fitness, more energy, confidence. What makes me so unique and different? And that's when I realized that all of us have a story, and all of us should have a mission and a purpose. And we owe it to our community to tell them our story. You want to hear something? I was molested for 2 years straight by 2 older boys in Armenia. When we escaped Armenia, Soviet Union, I was saved from that. That's part of my story. And when the time is right, I do share it with some clients and prospects. Because if I can tell that they're eating to hide their bodies, they're getting so fat that all they want to do is disappear in society, I go, "Hey, listen. Something happened to me as a kid, and all I wanted to do was eat my emotions and disappear in society. And the fastest way to do that in a Western society is to get fat and out of shape, because no one wants to see you." Now, I'm not saying you've gone through trauma, but I'm curious, is this what's happening? Because you told me you tried different diets, different workouts, nothing's working. And I'm saying that it might be here. They go, "Oh shit." And the tears start coming out. And I go, let me tell you what happened to me. And the reality of the fact is 1 out of every 4 people have had sexual abuse, 1 out of every 3 people have had physical abuse. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands, but if you just look around the statistics, between the 3 things, you're either the fat kid, the skinny kid, or the abused kid, you've got a story. And there's a great lesson for you too. Be fresh out of the box. Like, shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna happen. You're gonna have a train. Who has employees that work for you? There you go. They're gonna steal clients and leave. You know that, right? Not, they might. They're gonna. Prepare yourself. They're gonna. And when it happens, you're gonna be fucking pissed. How could they do this to me? The Judas.
Guilty.
It's gonna happen. The microphone's gonna die. This thing's not gonna fit my face. I think it's pressing on my artery right now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The next stage I'm on will have lights, and who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. You're there to impact the client. And I can tell you this, that when I was training people, I had them in the park before I ever owned the studio. And in the park, I made that fucking park work. We were using the park bench, the slides, the hills. We made it work, and people saw results. But going back to this, you've got to have a unique story, because without a unique story about you, there's nothing that differentiates you from the competitors. Do you understand that? Stand by. There we go. And if nothing differentiates you from the competitors, then really the prospect is going to always judge you on price and nothing else. Price will always dominate when a unique story doesn't exist. Because look, we can go buy a Prius for 1/3 of the cost of a Tesla until we hear the Tesla story and Elon Musk's story. At which point we can go, wow, I'm on board with Elon. I'll pay 2x more for that. So craft your unique story. I was telling you about Big Rob. I met him. He joined a coaching program that I have called the 7-Figure Formula Mastermind for gym owners. And Rob says, hey, Bedros, I know you talk about the unique story, but I don't have a unique story. What do I do? I said, well, Rob, why don't you tell me about your life? Since we just met, I don't know much about you. He goes, well, dude, about 10 years ago, I hurt my back, and the doctor put me on pain meds. And I was fat and out of shape. Before long, my back got better, but I was still on pain meds. I was addicted to it. So I was forging prescriptions. It's like, oh my God. He goes, yeah, and then one day, I got in a car accident. And when the cops came, they saw these fake prescription pads. And the cops very quickly decided that this guy is a criminal and that he deserves. Oh Lord, this thing is killing me. Is it really gone upside down? Over the ear? Really? Really? Get out of here. This way? No. Like this? Get the fuck out of here. I've had the kind that wrap around your ear, the lav mic, I've had that. Oh shit, look at that, it works. Hey, there's another lesson for you. You don't have to be the sharpest knife in the drawer to make money. I was trying to God, that's your lesson. By the way, whoever shouted that out over here, thank you so much. What the fuck were the rest of you thinking if you knew that? You're like, we're just going to let this asshole suffer right now. Oh my God. So anyway, Rob tells me the story of how he decides that he's going to start forging prescription pads. He gets in the car accident and cops come and they arrest him. And he's got no record. He finds himself in court. His attorney's like, hey, you're going to get a slap on the wrist, community service, pick up garbage off the side of the freeway. You'll be good. They give him 14 years in prison. On good behavior, he gets out in 7 years. And he goes, Bedros, all I ever did in there was just work out because I didn't want to get killed. So I figured if I was strong, I have a better chance of fighting. I worked out and just prayed that I can get out and get a job at McDonald's or Taco Bell where I can just make minimum wage and struggle to make a living in the free world. I'm like, wow, He goes, but then the fitness started to build my confidence, and I thought maybe, just maybe I can get out and be a personal trainer. Maybe, just maybe I can get out and do the right thing and get more karma points, positive karma points. It's like, Rob, that's your fucking story. He goes, you think? I go, yeah. I go, now how many people would you want to help in Oklahoma City? That's where he lived, and he has opened up his gym. He goes, I don't know. I said, well, why don't we focus on 5,000 people over the next 5 years? So that's your story. The reason I'm a personal trainer is I did something really stupid. I got addicted to drugs. I started forging prescription pads. I went to prison, and all I wanted to do was come out and work a minimum wage job. While in prison, working out changed my life. And I wanted to help one more person achieve that, and one more person, and one more person. So I committed to being a certified trainer. I opened up my gym, and I'm hell-bent on making this gym the best gym in Oklahoma City because I know what it's like to be behind bars. And if you're fat and out of shape, tired, you are effectively in prison in your own body. And I know what that's like. So I help them craft that story. And then it ends with, and so I'm committed to helping 5,000 people over the next 5 years. And yes, even though we're $20 more expensive per month than the other guys, I promise you that we'll give you a full refund if after 30 days you decide we're not better than any other fitness program that you've tried. All of a sudden, his business took off. He shared his story on Facebook, on Instagram, via video, via written emails. When I taught him to do group closes, because he would onboard a whole bunch of leads, he came out the gate with that story. I came out the gate with my story, didn't I? Many of you already know who I am, what I do, why I'm here. But I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to say it one more time. And I want you to remember that because you're going to get sick of your own story. You go, there's nothing special about me. There's everything special about you. And people need to hear your story so they can connect with you and understand why you're doing this. So when you can make yourself unique and different, you give yourself a distinct advantage. And that's called the point of differentiation. Once you've done that, then I need you to figure out who's my avatar. Listen, now I speak to all types of industries. Still, 70% of the industries I speak to are fitness and wellness. But I speak in real estate and finance, whatever. I don't teach that stuff. I teach mindset, motivation, marketing. But in my industry, I know my avatar. See, years ago, once I sold my 5 personal training gyms, and before I started Fit Body Bootcamp, I wanted to coach and consult personal trainers. And I remember reading a little pamphlet that Dan Kennedy had written. Dan Kennedy is one of the greatest direct response marketers on the planet. And Dan Kennedy said that when you can speak to people's fears, frustrations, and desires, you've got them. Write that down. If I can speak to my avatar's fears, frustrations, and desires, I've got them. So I said, all right, so who's my avatar? Gym owners. And we know that in the fitness industry it's majority male. So I'm going to be completely politically incorrect here for a moment. So I said, all right, my guy's, he's Dave. I put a name to him. He's 34 years old. Like me, he started a gym and thought he could build it and they will come. He built it. He signed a lease. He opened up the doors. He bought the equipment and no one came. Now he wonders if his wife's going to leave him, if she's going to tell him to shut down the gym, what's going to happen when they have a kid and he's not going to be able to see his daughter or son. These are Dave's biggest fears and frustrations. And all he wants to do is be the modern day knight for his wife and kid and earn a good wage so he can get them health care and health benefits. And the moment I started to speak to my avatar, because I knew in my head I could even picture what he looked like. I could smell what he smelled like. Like, you've got to know your avatar. In Fit Body Bootcamp, we do one thing we do better than anybody else. 30-minute fat loss workouts for women between the ages of 35 and 65 years old who've had kids. And we speak to them and go, listen, you don't want to do burpees, you don't want to do jumping jacks, because the moment you do, you've had a kid, you're going to pee yourself a little bit. And they go, shit, you're right. Am I right? Have you guys heard that from clients? Right? And when they go, oh my God, you know my body better than I do. Yes, that happens. Oh, I sneezed and I peed. Well, don't worry, Mrs. Jones. We don't have mirrors. It's not an intimidating place. We market to women but welcome men. So we have 89% female, 30-minute workouts because we know you're busy. You're the pillar of the household. You take care of the family. We speak to our avatar. We're not getting them for a bikini contest or for a CrossFit fucking competition. They just want to feel good in their skin, be attractive to their husband again, and to not have the kid go, Mommy, when's the next baby due? That's, like, we speak to them. Because our avatar has had that happen. If you know your avatar that well, you will market better. Most personal trainers, your instincts tell you that to get the most amount of clients, I need to say that I can help anyone from 8 to 80, male or female, build muscle or lose fat. So I can do it all. And I know you can. But that makes you a generalist, which means you have to use general terms when you're marketing. Now imagine when you see a Facebook ad and it says, attention personal trainer versus attention small business owner. Well, you are a small business owner, but I can go narrower and deeper by saying attention personal trainer. Struggling to get clients, frustrated that you might go out of business, competition undercharging, price erosion has you worried, profit margins are low, when will I make payroll? Watch this free video. Did that speak to you? That spoke to me when I was that guy. So you've got to know your avatar. And if you can start marketing to their fears, frustrations, and desires, you've got them. So how do I identify your avatar? First of all, are they male or female? And people go, well, listen, I don't know, because I train both. Great. But some of your best clients, you're going to know they're either male or female. And don't you want more of your best clients so you can fire your shitty ones? We do. You guys know who Darren Mailing is? Freak Fitness. Darren Mailing does nutrition programs and workout programs for people competing in shows like Upstairs. For 2 years, he was a coaching client of mine. Now we're good friends. And he goes, Bedros, I really don't like working with male bodybuilders. They frustrate me. As they get closer to showtime, they start taking more shit that they shouldn't. They adjust their workouts and nutrition plan. And then 2 or 3 days before showtime, they're panicking and calling me in the middle of the night. I said, who's your ideal client? I said, the female fitness competitors, the bikini competitors. They just follow the program, Bedros. And me and Christina, my wife, love training them, love coaching them. It's our passion, it's our purpose. I go, so if I can help you get more female clients, you'd be done with your male clients, right? Right. Great. Moving forward, I want you to add a $1,000 aggravation fee for all your male clients. That's it. An aggravation fee. Hey, you're a male bodybuilder. Great, fantastic. Because you have a penis, it's going to cost you $1,000 more to work with me. And I go, that's going to encourage you to get more female clients. This is the way I'm going to teach you. So he was able to identify who his avatar was. And so I need you to identify who is your avatar, male or female? What are their age ranges? What are their biggest fears, frustrations, and the things that keep them awake at night? And if you don't know, ask. I bet if I ask you to think of your top 5 clients right now, you can picture them in your head. All you have to do is write up a text and send it to them and say, hey, Jim Franco, you're one of my top clients and I want more clients like you. I'm curious. Why did you start working out here? What do you love most about my program? And how can I get more people like you? Your clients have the answers. They go, oh, I can refer people to you. Oh, shit. And oh, by the way, the reason I started there is I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. My spouse didn't find me attractive anymore. My kid grabbed onto my side fat. Oh, okay, great. Let me add that to my marketing message. What are the things that keep them awake at night? And then, of course, what are their desired outcome? I don't know about you, but I was guilty of this. Now that I'm a certified personal trainer, I know what the overhead squat test looks like. Mrs. Jones comes in, I think I want to hire a personal trainer. Great. Here's a broomstick, hold it over your head, overhead squat test, go. Look at that, your heels just came off the ground. That means you have the tightness there, the posterior chain we got to do this with. And she's like, okay. And I go, here's what it will cost. She goes, I got to go home and think about it. I got to go talk to my spouse. I got to check my schedule. You ever hear that? The objections? Time, money, and spouse? You know what happened there? I wasn't speaking to her desired outcome. Because if I said, hi, Mrs. Jones, why are you here? I'm here to lose some weight. Great. Why now and not 6 months ago? Well, you know, I got this little threshold and my weight finally crossed that threshold and that's why I'm here. What areas of your body do you want to lose weight? Well, around here and the saddlebags there and then over here. Right? After over 12,000 clients, I know exactly what happened. And I'm talking 12,000 clients that I personally sold in personal training. Now with Fit Body Bootcamp, we've done millions of clients. And so, would I ever give her an overhead squat test? Maybe, but way down the line after she's paid. I'm going to sell her what she wants, give her what she needs. Far too often we go, I'm going to have you do box squats. You're going to do box jumps. You're going to start at 18 and you're going to go to 24 inches. I'm going to do 48-inch box squats. You're going to be able to do this, Mrs. Jones. Because it feels good as a coach to know that Mrs. Jones can do that. Does she give two fucks about that? I just want my husband to want to have sex with me. That's it, if you want to hear the truth. You get that, right? So you got to ask him, why are you here? What do you want? How many days a week can you commit? Ask all those questions up front. Let them know our best clients are committed 4 days a week. And they follow the nutrition program we give them 75% of the time. They go, yeah, I can do 4 days a week. Great, you just got rid of the time objection. There's no way this guy's going to tell me at the end of the consultation, I don't have time, when he already committed he can do 4 days a week. I'm going to ask you, do you have a spouse? Are you married? Do you have a significant other? Yes, I do. Are they in support of your fitness and weight loss goals? Yes, they are. Good. Having a good support system at home is one of the biggest factors for success. What did I just take away? The objection of spouse. I got to go talk to my spouse. You do? Well, you just said your spouse is on board with this, so why would you need to talk to them? And you're right. Guys, unfortunately, just the way we look or our certifications and education alone is not enough. I need you to understand the value of understanding who your avatar is and how to speak to him or her. And once you can do that, then you can start marketing like the way I'm going to show you. I'll show you how to get the most qualified leads here. Here's our Fit Body Bootcamp website. As soon as you go to our website, there's a video that automatically plays without audio. By the way, you guys are looking to model us. Don't plagiarize us. We will rain down on you like Thor if you do. Please don't plagiarize us. Just model us. I share this because I want the industry to be successful. I don't care what your brand is. If you don't have to be a Fit Body Bootcamp, because you're not my competition. That's the truth. You know who our competition is? McDonald's, Taco Bell, Coca-Cola, Kit Kat, Ruffles, Pringles. That fucking Pringles can in my room last night was talking to me. Hey, come here. Fuck you. Because Todd's going to be like, hey, man, you want to do this thing with dad bods? Like, I almost knew you were going to ask me that, right? I was like, oh, I can't eat the fucking Pringles. I can't eat the Pringles. But what if I can just pretend it says Icon Meals on it? Right? So that's my competition. So I share this with you. So when you go to fitbodybootcamp.com, the very first thing you're going to see is a video that's playing with no audio. Why? Because as soon as there's audio, people leave. So if you're going to have a video on your website, don't have an audio. It doesn't have to be loud, but there does need to be an icon. You can't see it here, but on the screen there's a speaker icon. As soon as you click on it with your finger or with a mouse, depending on if you're a computer or not, the audio goes on. That's it. But we have words on the screen that show what's happening. And if you look at what's going on, it's not just a blank screen that says Fit Body Bootcamp Personal Training. It shows a woman doing something cool. It's a pattern interrupt. piques people's curiosity. And then the offer is the lowest hanging fruit. 3 free workouts. Give us your name, phone number, and email address, and the zip code, because we have obviously 800 locations worldwide, so we want to know what zip code, area code they're in, so that we can drop them on that locations page. Are you with me so far? Just 3 free workouts. And you can do this with one-on-one personal training. Give 2 free workouts away. It's totally fine. Be willing to give up front. Once they fill that form out for 3 free workouts, they go to this page. It says, hey, introducing the Rapid Fat Loss Program, a 21-day fat loss program designed to help you lose pounds so that you can wear all your favorite clothes again. And we speak in the sales copy, we speak right to the person. Imagine looking and feeling your best, burning fat in 21 days. Best of all, it's not $197, it's only $67 right now. Enroll now. And the video on this page is a sales video about the 21-day Rapid Fat Loss Program. So we're trying to take them from 3 free workouts and immediately get them to upsell to 21 days. Why? We can show better results in 21 days, right? We can build better rapport in 21 days. They'll make more friends at our locations in 21 days. It becomes a habit in 21 days. 1 out of every 3 people that fill out this form end up buying this program. 1 out of every 3, that's a 33% conversion. So you're going to have more people converting from your 21-day paid program, because when people pay, they pay attention. They value something more. The problem is most of us come out the gate with, hey, buy my low barrier program off the gate, right? Buy my 21 days for $67. I'm like, fuck you, I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't trust you. And you sound like every other gym owner down the street here, offering a 6-week transformation program. And when you lose the weight, you get your money back. We've all seen that, right? The old bait and switch. Like, people are aware of that. So offer them the thing they want. 3 free workouts. Just come try us out. Because you want that contact information. Why do you want that contact information? Remember, 1 out of every 3 buy the 21-day Rapid Fat Loss Program, which means 2 out of every 3 don't. And that means we have to go out and get the money. You got to hunt. Hunting starts with follow-up. Please write this down. The money is made in the follow-up. Please write that down. The money is made in the follow-up. And by the way, if you have any questions, I'll take questions at the end, so just write them down and remind yourself what those questions are. So as soon as we get a lead, whether they give us their name, email, phone number for the 3 free workouts and nothing more, or they give us their name, email, phone number, and a credit card for the 21-day program, we start the follow-up. Even when they bought the 21-day program, we don't assume they're just going to call us and come in. In fact, historically, 42% of the people who buy the 21-day Rapid Fat Loss Program do not come in until we follow up. Here's why. Psychologically speaking, when people take an action towards something, they, in the most fucked up, twisted way, think they're actually going to start getting results. If you sell any kind of online ebook, I have many clients of mine, coaching clients, who have online courses and ebooks and follow-along videos, etc. They always say, someone bought a program and they never used it. 6 months later, they're like, hey, how do I use this? What do I do? I lost my login. Unfortunately, people, oh, I bought the Fat Loss ebook. It'll help me lose weight, right? No. So you got to do the follow-up. What does the follow-up look like? The moment you get their contact info, you reach out to them twice a day with a phone call, email, text message, and a Facebook private message. Why do I say Facebook private message? Most of your clients are probably over the age of 35, right? If you have younger clients, then you will reach out to them on DM as well, on Instagram. But Facebook is typically where your avatar is hanging out. Like, you have to know their life patterns. Wait, Bedros, that sounds excessive. 4 times a day, over 4 days, twice a day? So I'm contacting them 8 times a day? Yep. There it is. Pick out your phones, take a picture, This is my gift to you, my monster follow-up. There's your schedule. You can make that on a spreadsheet, give it to your front desk person, or if you're the front desk person right now, that's okay too. I've been the front desk person. By the way, when I was for my front desk person, my email address was Sandy Anderson, right? Sandy Anderson at premierresults.com. I just felt it would be weird if it came from the personal trainer himself. So I wanted to look bigger, right? I don't know why I chose a female personality. Sandy Anderson. You don't have to do that. That was stupid. But I share this with you because it's all about recency and frequency. How recently you can follow up with me. Think about this. If you go to edmunds.com, cars.com, and you're looking at a Honda Civic, and there's a form that says, oh, hey, we found 10 dealerships in your area that sell a Honda Civic, the one you're looking for right there. Just give us your name, email, phone number, and hit enter, and we can have them call you with the best price. Like, shit, that's convenient. So you do. The person who calls you first is most likely to get your business. Not the person with the lowest price, the person who calls you first. That's the fact. This is why, if you really want to test it out, go to Edmunds, go to cars.com and fill out that form. Look at your phone, watch how quickly you get that call. And that email, and the follow-up. So it's 4 days of follow-up. Now people always ask me, so I just go 4 days? No, if at day one you got them in, you're good. You don't have to do all 4 days of follow-up if you got them in. Our goal is to take them from the 3 free trials or 21-day program and get them scheduled to come in, right? We're selling the next step. Think about that. All we've been doing so far is selling the next step. We ran an ad on Facebook that spoke to their fears, frustrations, and desires. And we said, if you want to achieve this outcome, because I'm mission-focused, then click here for 3 free workouts. They went to the website, they saw the video, they see a very low barrier offer, no price, just three days. They opt in for that, give you their contact info. The next step we're selling, which is selling the next step, is the 21-day rapid fat loss program for $67. The next step is to get them into our location through the monster follow-up. And so when you call them, hey, this is Bedros Keuilian with Fit Body Boot Camp in beautiful Chino Hills, California. The head personal trainer here wanted to schedule your first of 3 free workouts. You want to come AM or PM? PM. Great. I've got a 5 p.m. and a 6 p.m. workout. Which works best for you? 6 p.m. Great. How about today? Fantastic. See you then. Bye. Give them options. You want to come in AM or PM? 5 p.m. or 6 p.m.? Now, if I was going to leave that as a voicemail because they didn't pick up, I follow up with a text. Hey, this is Bedros. I just left you a voicemail, and I tell them exactly what I said in the voicemail via text. And guess what? Steve Jobs put emojis there to show enthusiasm. So I'm going to use those fucking emojis, right? A little unicorn emoji, a little gorilla emoji, and a little happy face emoji. Because that pretty much encompasses who I am. Fucking unicorn gorilla who's always happy. Does that make sense? But that's the reaction you want from people. You want them to get a text and go, huh, all right, this person's got a sense of humor, they seem pretty witty, instead of, hi, I'm Bob the personal trainer, right? Like that was me, and it was so fucked up, because I thought I was some like clinician. You're not. This is a people business. This is not a transaction business. This is a transformational business that we're in. People want to connect with you. They're so afraid to come into a gym. They're so afraid to work with us. They're so afraid to be judged, to be intimidated. So now you send them the text message as well. Then you follow that up with an email. If you do your job right, your website should just fire out the email on its own. But if not, you send out the email. Hey, this is Bedros, head coach at Chino Hills Fit Body Boot Camp. Thank you for signing up for the 3 free workouts with the 21-day rapid fat loss program. Super excited to get you in here. Our next onboarding times are today at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Or we also have 7 a.m. first thing tomorrow morning, or 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, whatever. Please reply to this email or call me at this number and let me know what day you want to start your first workout. And then you take their email address that they gave you, you go to facebook.com, you put it in the search box, and 98% of the time, you'll find them. Because they use the same email address on Facebook. And so he gave me his email address. I can go put it in Facebook, find his Facebook account, because that's a notification. Like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's a personal trainer. I signed up for 3 free workouts. And then 2, send him a private message. Hey man, what's up? Just literally going to cut and paste that email into the private message. Now I'm going to do that first thing in the morning when the lead came in. If by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I got radio silence, I'm repeating the call, email, text, private message. Again, on day 2, I'm doing the same thing, first thing in the morning. I got radio silence, after 2 p.m., following up like a fucking monster. See, they don't know that it stops at the end of day 4. They're just like, this person is relentless in getting me in here. Let me just pick up the phone and tell them to fuck off. Great. That's all you want to hear. Fuck off or I'm in. 90% of the time you'll hear I'm in and you'll hear thank you for following up. Because here's what happens. Life gets in the way for them. Oh, I filled out the 3 free workout form and then my kid got hurt at school. And then little Sally got a fever. She's been out for 4 days. So I didn't get a chance to call you guys and activate my 3 free workouts. Or my husband went on a business trip and I was going to wait for him to come back. I don't give a shit about any of that. No, we do. But I need you in here. The only way I'm going to change your life and help you change the life of your family is to come in here, because excuses will happen, problems will happen. Only dead people have no problems. So I've got to follow up relentlessly until they come in. But when you follow up with enthusiasm and passion, with a smile in your voice, no one's going to tell you to fuck off. They're going to pick up the phone or reply to the email because you relentlessly followed up. Do I have your commitment to relentlessly follow up?
Yes.
Good, 6 of you. Yes, with a unicorn, gorilla, and smiley face. Look, our job is to get them in, get them committed for the long haul. That's it. Now, if you're selling any kind of personal training or group training program and you are not selling 12-month programs, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're selling blocks of 3 and 6 and 10, you're doing yourself a disservice. My most successful gyms were doing anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 a month in recurring revenue. I sold you once, and as long as I keep delivering the service and the experience, you'll keep coming in over and over again, and I bill your credit card on a monthly basis. After 12 months, it just rolls over to a month-to-month program. We still bill you on a monthly basis, just you're not committed for 12 months. We commit people for 12 months for one simple reason. You and I can decide, hey, in 6 weeks we want to get shredded. And we will. They're not us. They need a whole year. They need a whole year. So give them what they need. I've got a program called Closed Clients. If you go to closedclients.com, you can buy it. It's an entire sales process that literally pre-sells a 12-month program. And it's the coolest way to sell because it's selling without pressure. I'm telling you about that because if you're like, yeah, but I don't know how to position a 12-month program, get Closed Clients, watch the 4 videos that I have, learn that script and process, don't change a thing about it, just make it your own, and then you'll start selling more than you've ever sold. You'll send me a DM like everyone else does, and go, you changed my life. Thank you. Right? But our goal is to get people on board for the long haul so that you have predictable income month after month. But I want you to ask yourself, am I really delivering results? Right? Am I really delivering the type of results that they want? I talked about this earlier. Client signs up, or at least they're showing interest, they're still a prospect, and we're giving them an overhead squat test, or we're doing the calipers, and we're pinching them all over their body, and we just met them. Do that shit later. Why are you here? What do you want? What keeps you awake at night? Oh, singles cruise. Got it. You want to wear a 2-piece bikini? Got it. The more string gear, the better, baby girl. Yeah? Good. Okay, I got you. I talk to their needs. And Mr. Jones comes in and goes, yeah, and in college I used to bench this and do that, and I used to run a 440 in that. Great. Great. Is that where you want to get to? Yes. We're going to start there. Him doing an overhead squat test, thank you so much. You're so kind. I appreciate that. Him doing an overhead squat test does not matter right now. We don't care about his posterior chain. We know he sits at a desk and he works all day and he's hunched over. He just wants to feel like a tough guy again. You ought to consider asking him, just curious, why do you want to go back to your college strength and your college physique again? going through a divorce, gotta hit the bar scene, want to look good again. Do you need the overhead squat test? Like half the fucking meatheads I saw walking around in here this morning couldn't do an overhead squat test. They look fucking amazing. They can't get their hands over their head. They can't. And God bless them, they look fucking awesome. They look great, but they're not functional. So what makes you think that Mr. Jones needs to be functional? He just wants to find the love of his life. Make him functional once he gives you money. Do you have that idea? Are we committed here? Yes? Good. So I'm going to give you retention strategies because there's nothing more painful than getting clients, signing them up, and then losing them. One, you see me hammering this home, deliver results as expected. The number one reason why clients quit is they didn't get the results they expected. This is a fact. Here's the nutty thing. When I ask the coaches, the trainers, the gym owners, they go, my clients get results. And you're right, they do. The difference is I came in as a prospect thinking, I'm signing up at your gym and I want to lose 25 pounds in the next 30 days. Now I know that's an absurd goal. I get that. They don't, because they see the P90X commercials and they see the fat loss pill commercial. And so they've got to set in their ways, in their head, that it's 25 pounds in 30 days. So if at the end of 30 days, I help them lose 18 pounds, they go, I didn't get the results I expected. It's not worth it. The excuse you get when people quit is, I can't afford it anymore. Wait a minute, well, you were able to afford it 4 months ago. Nothing else has changed. All of a sudden, the value is no longer there. See, price becomes a non-issue. Write this down. Price becomes a non-issue where value is demonstrated. So you got one of two choices. When the prospect comes in and says, hey, look, I want to lose 25 pounds in 30 days. You got to go, gotcha, check, I'll get you there. Or, better yet, listen, I don't know where you heard you can lose that kind of weight, and we can starve that off of you, and you're going to lose water and muscle and fat and bone density. Or we can do it the right way and shoot to lose anywhere between 6 and 10 pounds a month. And after 8 to 12 months, you'll get to your goal. Because even if you get to your weight loss goal sooner, you still need to put on muscle, and it takes a long time to put on muscle. You want to be congruent. You want them to be congruent with you. Then you go, oh, okay, so you reset their thermostat to 8 to 10 pounds is acceptable over 30 days because it's a healthier way to do it without losing bone density and water. And you want to explain why. Look, if you lose bone density, yeah, that is weight being lost. But guess what happens next, Mrs. Jones? You slip and fall, you crack your hip. Oh, yeah, I don't want that. Or you lose muscle and your metabolism slows down. Now you're eating less and getting fatter. You can't figure out why. You're skinny fat. You look like a marathon runner, not a sprinter. Here, look at these pictures. Which one do you want to be, the sprinter or the marathon runner? Have those fucking props handy. All of you should go to Amazon.com, buy a pound of fat, buy a pound of muscle. You guys know what I'm talking about? That little rubber pound of fat, pound of muscle? That is the best tool to use. You take the pound of muscle and you get a big steak knife and you cut it in half. You throw the other half away. So you want the pound of muscle to be visually smaller than the pound of fat. I just believe that whatever company made that, made it incorrectly. Because fat does occupy more space, right? It's not that muscle weighs more, it's just that a pound of fat takes up more space than a pound of muscle. So I like to make that a big visual thing. I go, look, Mr. Jones, we want to help you lose fat and not muscle. Muscle helps build your metabolism, so you burn more fat. Increases your bone density. You get it? Yes, fantastic. So realign their expectations. And if you can realign the expectations of results, then they're going to go, wow, this person's constantly giving me results, and they're doing fitness evals to prove it to me on a monthly basis. Therefore, value is demonstrated, and because of that, cost is a non-issue. I will keep paying. Does that make sense to you? Just by a show of hands, how many of you are like, oh shit, those are all the things I was doing wrong? Anybody? Yeah, it's okay to be honest. A little halfway up. Yeah. You got to know your clients by name. We have Fit Body Bootcamp locations that have 800 clients. The coaches know everybody by name. You got to know people by their first name. That's it. Gone are the days of like, hey, you, what's going on? Call them by their first name. There's nothing sweeter to a person's ear than the sound of their own voice or the sound of their own name. Your gym has to look, smell, sound amazing. If it's tore up from the floor up and you're like, hey, I take pride in this, don't. I take pride in working out in a shithole gym. But all of our Fit Body boot camps are different. They're clean, open, modern, inviting, well lit. There's not a chunk of paint missing off the wall. It doesn't smell like broccoli and egg whites. Like, you understand that, right? Like, this is stuff that intimidates them. And they walk in and immediately they start judging. That's just a fact. The moment you meet someone, you start judging. They're making eye contact. They're not making eye contact. It smells in here. It's awkward. Someone grunted. Someone crashed their weight. Everyone laughs about the Planet Fitness clunk alarm? Lunk alarm, right? So if you like smash the weights at Planet Fitness, they kick you out. Some alarm goes off and they kick you out. I would never work out there. However, they know their avatar is so good. They know they don't want anyone to be intimidated and scared off. They don't want anyone like us in there going, oh, right? And so because of that, we're not a good fit for them. But they know their avatar. They know the sound, the smell, the look. Apparently purple and fuchsia is the color that people who want to stay fat love the most. And I am convinced that if you work out at Planet Fitness, you are okay, you do want to stay fat. You pay the least amount of money to eat the most amount of pizza and, pizza, donuts, and Tootsie Rolls, right? Bagels. It's nuts. They have like days they put out that shit. But they know their avatar. They go, hey, look, we'll give you a gym membership. You keep paying. We'll feed you pizza. You come in here for the pizza. You jump on the treadmill. You actually took in more calories than you burned in here. That's okay. They know their avatar. The experience, by the way, is also important. Like, do they feel like they're part of a community? Are you guys doing something outside? Are you running 5Ks? Are you doing mud runs together? Is there a charity or a cause? Are you guys doing the soup kitchen together? Did someone's house burn down and you guys decided that we're going to rebuild their house? Do something as a team outside. Have a client appreciation party. Have a Christmas party. We have a little program called the Girls Night Out program, where it's go buy a black dress that's 2 sizes too small, go through our 8-week program, and at the end of the 8 weeks, we have a really awesome dinner and cocktail party, and we celebrate, and everyone puts on their little black dress. Every Fit Body Boot Camp does that once a year. It's a really cool fucking thing to do. We know our avatar. They want to get back at that little black dress. I do that kind of stuff, because when you've created that experience, they're never going to want to leave. Are you with me?
Yes.
Good. So let me teach you how to get more referrals than you've ever gotten in life. Top 3 strategies for referrals. Number 1, because remember, Facebook, email marketing, that's all good. But your number 1 source of getting clients should be referrals. Referrals are easier to close. The cost of getting that lead is lower. They buy your most expensive programs, and they stay longer. Those are 4 very compelling reasons to build your business on referrals. In fact, now, Fit Body Bootcamp, we get our best franchisees from referrals. We pay our franchise owners $5,000 commission when one of their clients decides to open up a Fit Body Bootcamp. They've gone through the program, they've lost the weight, they drink the Kool-Aid, they love what we stand for, they're part of the mission, vision, values. They got certified, they quit their day job, they go, I want to open up a Fit Body Bootcamp. They make our best owners, because they go, hey, I was right where you are, Mrs. Jones, right? So the easiest way for you to start getting referrals is you make it a condition of doing business with you. What's your name, sir? Damien. So if Damien signs up for personal training here, let's just role play for a second. Hey, Damien, welcome aboard. As I help you achieve your fitness and fat loss goals, can I count on you to help me achieve my goals of helping 5,000 people over the next 5 years? He says, sounds great, yeah. Then as I show you results, Damien, I'm going to ask you over time to tell your friends, family, coworkers. Is that okay? Perfect. I've made it a condition of doing business. Now we shook hands, and ta-da, he's working with his personal trainer. As I help you achieve your results, can I count on you to help me achieve my results? And you notice I didn't say to make millions of dollars. As I help you achieve your fitness and fat loss results, can I count on you to help me achieve my impact results of helping 5,000 people over the next 5 years in our community? He says, yes, great. I set the condition. As I help you lose the weight, I'm going to ask you to refer your friends, family, and coworkers. Is that a deal? Yes. Now, commitment, consistency. Robert Cialdini, in his book Influence, talks about the #1 weapon of influencing people is commitment and consistency. By the way, do you guys all believe that every child in Africa should have access to clean water? Yeah? I don't know. No? You guys are evil? No? Yes? Yes, right? Then can I count on you to all donate $20 at the end of the day towards the Clean Water Fund for Africa? Now, I'm not collecting money, so you don't, but that's commitment consistency, right? And that is the #1 way to build your business. 1, make it a condition. 2, the appreciation text message. Here's an actual text message from one of my Fit Body Bootcamp locations, one that I own. Once a month, we pick 50 clients, because our locations have tons of clients, especially if they've been open for a while. And the head trainer, or facility leader, as we call them, sends out a text message like this. Hey, Kathy, wanted to reach out and thank you so much for bringing the energy to today's workout. You not only motivated me, but also motivated all of our other clients to push harder. Grateful for you. Notice the emojis. It's the only reason Steve Jobs put those emojis there is to help us make more sales. The client reached out with, oh my God, thank you, Kathy, you're so sweet. I love morning sessions with you and your staff. Followed up with her emojis. Thank you, by the way. I'd love your help in getting more people just like you. Do you have any friends that you can refer to me that I can give a free week trial to? Yeah, my friend Stacy, thank you. How funny, she just asked me about it anyway. Like, that's an actual text message that came in like last week. And so if Stacy hadn't asked, she would say, well, yeah, I do have 3 people, or I do have a person. Then your response would be, awesome. Can you make a text introduction? So don't just say, go tell them about me. Because if I tell Damien, right? If I tell Damien, hey, go tell someone about me, and you might, but that someone doesn't take action, I still don't have you as a client. I'm like, hey, Damien, can you make a text introduction or an email introduction? He says, yes. And then I go, hey, thanks for the text introduction, Damien. You're awesome. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I'll send you a separate text message and let you know how you can redeem your free week that you get because Damien is one of our valued clients. See how I built up Damien? Because Damien is one of our valued clients. Your friend is one of our valued clients. You get a free week because of that. Send out appreciation. Some of them, you're like, yeah, but this is inefficient. Is there software I could use? Yes, there is software, but that takes away the personal experience. We know when we're getting mass emailed, mass texted, right? And I always liken that, I'm sorry for being a little crude, but I always liken that to like sex versus making love. Like sex is mechanical. It's like, oh, it's too hot. Hold on, stop. I gotta turn on the AC. When you're having sex, like, oh, I got a cramp. Hold on, I gotta fucking stretch this out. When you're having sex, like, oh, you're on my hair. Ouch, right? Well, I want to be on, yeah. You want to be on my hair. When you're making love, let the fucking building burn down. Let the muscle cramp until it tears off the bone. I'm okay with a bald patch on my fucking head. You're making love. You get it, right? And I share it this way, 1, because it is entertaining to me. That's just a sense of humor. But 2, everybody gets it because you've had, hopefully, both. Right? So if you can send a text message that's so personalized with emojis, and you can get even more inefficient. Wait, Bedros, the best marketing mind in the fitness industry is telling us to get inefficient. Yes, get inefficient. Hey, Mrs. Jones, this is Bedros from Fit Body Bootcamp, Chino Hill. Just want to let you know you brought the fucking thunder today. Thank you for being an awesome client. We love you, love you, love you. Send it. Make a video. Send it out. They're going to be like, oh my God, thank you. You know why? Because no one's getting appreciation text messages. Their husbands hate them. Their fucking kids hate them. Their friends hate them. Everybody hates them. And all of a sudden, you show up with a text message. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I love you to pieces. Thank you for bringing the thunder and the energy. She goes, oh my God, I needed this. It's like, I need this text message right now. You're welcome. You're awesome. And that allows the conversation to go into, So, Mrs. Jones, I want more awesome badasses like you in here. I know you've got friends, family, coworkers that we can actually help and train. I'd love to offer them all a free week. And the conversation continues. But it's when we send them a text message and go, "Hi, Mrs. Jones, it's Bob, your personal trainer. Do you have any referrals for us today?" And you get radio silence. Come with love and appreciation first. Do I have your commitment? Yes? Yes. Finally, the referral generation tsunami. This is really simple. You get a giant marker board, you hang it up in your gym. You write 7 days across the top, and then you tell all your clients. By the way, all your clients should be in a private Facebook group. Even if you have one-on-one personal training, put them all in a private Facebook group. If you have a group training business, all the better. Boot camp. Who's got a boot camp or group training? And who does one-on-one? Okay. So about 50-50, right? Put them all in a private Facebook group. The reason is, let them get value in the community. The more they make friends, the less likely they are to quit, number one. Number two, it's another platform for you to message and add content and knowledge and wisdom to. Think about it. You're with them for 30 minutes to an hour a day, 3, 4, maybe 5 days a week if you're lucky. What are they doing the other 23 hours of the day? Maybe you create content. You go live into that Facebook group and you do a mindset thing. You talk about nutrition. You go, "Hey, look, I'm in a hurry. I need food, so I'm not going to go through McDonald's. I'm going to go through El Pollo Loco and get this grilled chicken." Right? There's so many cool things you can do in a private Facebook group. And one of the things you can do is you can go, "Hey guys, over the next 7 days, we're doing the referral tsunami." What does this mean? Every client that you refer to us gets a free week. And when they convert and become a paying client, you get $100 cash. How cool is that? So you got the 7 days across the top, and as soon as a client, let's say Damien sends me a referral, he gets his name on the side and a hash mark. Now he's in the running. And over the next 7 days, I'm talking to the people in the Facebook group. I'm talking to them during the workouts about this thing. I'm emailing them about it. If you really want to drum it up over the next 7 days and go, "Guys, the referral generation tsunami," you will have, no, listen, all of your clients are not going to get on board with this. About 20% will. You're 20% of your most devoted, committed people who are your biggest fans, raving evangelical clients. You're just giving those 20%, and that's all you need, by the way, those 20%, the opportunity here to refer to you. And you say, "Hey, look, make a text introduction, make an email introduction. I'm going to give your friends a free week. When they sign up after that free week, you get $100 cash." And now you've got a race going. You've got the leaderboard, right? You might have 20 names across the side over 7 days and hash marks. Maybe Bob gave me 30 referrals and ended up getting 5 of them ended up being clients at $150 a month. Give $100 per referral away. People always ask me, "Can I take off $100 from their monthly payment?" No, that's not as sexy as here's $100 cash, right? It's the sizzle. We're selling the sizzle, not the steak. You with me on this? Good. I'm going to end with one very special thing, and then we'll take questions if you haven't. And the special thing is this. I realized very quickly that all the marketing strategies and sales strategies and retention strategies, referral generation strategies, ability to communicate, none of that matters. None of that matters unless you have these 3 R's. Because in life and in business, you are going to go through the suck factor. Things will suck. I've got a friend, his name is Jason Redman. He's a U.S. Navy SEAL. And Jason, in 2007, was on patrol. He and 9 other SEALs were about 500 yards away from a house that they were going to get at 2 o'clock in the morning. And inside that house in Iraq was a guy that made roadside bombs that were blowing up U.S. and Canadian and Australian forces. Now Jason's got airplanes up in the air that's kind of telling him what's going on and what's happening. The airplane radios in and says, "Hey, look, we see 4 guys ran out of that house and they're laying out about 100 yards away from the house, just laying out in the grass there. It's a giant field that they're walking down, right? They're sneaking on. These guys are Navy SEALs. They're going to go and get the bad guys. This is what they do. They kill or capture. And their mission here was to go kill. Jason radios in. All right, got it. No worries. I know there's 4 guys laying there. We'll get them, and then we'll go and roll up the house. And the reason that airplanes up there knew that in the middle of the night is because they could read the body's heat signature, right? You've all seen that weird blurry image on YouTube. Now, what they didn't know was that those guys ran out because they knew they were coming, and they lay down behind guns. The machine guns had no heat signature because they hadn't been shot yet. It was still cold outside. They thought that, hey, these guys are just hiding out so that these guys can go hit the house. No bad guys. Oh well, we leave. As Jason and his team got closer, 42 feet away, the machine guns light up. Jason's the point guy, first guy, 8 shots across the body, and he goes, Bedros, for some reason, because in the SEAL programs, they're fucking crazy. First of all, they're crazy, these guys. I've got 3 friends who are Navy SEALs. One's more lunatic than the other. But I'm so grateful for them, right, and what they do. They have this saying called light is right. They don't want to wear body armor because they want to be fast. They say high speed, low drag, right? I'm like, yeah, but body armor, like in case you get shot, you're going to fucking war, Jay, right? Like, I need you back in 6 months. Your wife and kids need you back. Yeah, light is right, B. But that day, he decided he's going to wear his body armor, even his side plates. He said, something told me to wear my body armor. He took 8 machine gun rounds across the body, 1 in the arm, almost blew his whole arm off. And then as he was falling, like the hit turns his body around, takes a bullet right into the face, blows out his face, cheekbone, his eye is hanging in his mouth. He's passed out, and all that war begins. Now, he keeps coming in and out of consciousness, and he's a bit of a funny guy and has a twisted sense of humor. He goes, hey, Bedros, just so you know, if you ever find yourself in Iraq and you're passed out and you open your eyes and you see red lasers passing over you about 8 inches above your head, do not sit up. Those are tracer rounds, and you'll get shot in the head. Okay, I don't plan on finding myself in that position, but I appreciate it, Jay. All right? Now, his guys, their job is to save him. They can't save him until they kill those bad guys. So this has been so they radio up to the airplanes, hey, drop bombs. No. We can't drop bombs. Jay's 42 feet away from the machine guns, and we don't even know if he's dead or alive, so we can't drop bombs. Drop bombs or we all die. Nope, not going to do it. They go up the chain of command. Now it's like 10 minutes in. We need bombs dropped. We will take full accountability if Jay dies and we die. Otherwise, we're all going to die anyway. They got machine guns. We just have rifles. Fine. They drop bombs 42 feet away from Jason. Kill the bad guys. Jay lives. They rescue him. 37 surgeries, and 2 years later, he's trying to get 10 more degrees of movement in his right arm so that his hand can reach his body armor where he keeps his magazines so he can go back to battle. If I can just get 10 more degrees, Bedros, I can go back to battle. If that is not the first R, the resilient mindset, I don't know what is. The man would come come to consciousness and go, shit, I think my arm's bleeding. Find a hole and plug it up. Get a tourniquet and pull a tourniquet on his arm because he knew that he had to save his life. Like, resilient. And I go, Jay, what were you thinking when you were laying there? He goes, I was just thinking, stay awake to stay alive. Stay awake to stay alive. That's all we're taught. If we stay awake and we get to the medical tent in time, there's a 98% chance, if I have a heart rate, when I go in there, that they can save me. He goes, Bedros, here's what's fucked up. I get there, and before they even start working on me, some guy has to cut off all my clothes. And I got all these grenades and flashbang grenades and all this stuff around me. So finally, the doctor started working on me. A nurse goes to flip me over. They forgot one more grenade. Everybody leaves. The guy comes with the scissors and cut off that last grenade off me. I goes, Jay, what did you do? He goes, stay awake to stay alive. I'm fucking resilient as fuck. Guys, that's what you have to do. And I hope you never find yourself in war like Jay did. Unfortunately, he never got the 10 degrees. Actually, I'm kind of glad he never got the 10 degrees because I really like him as a friend and I don't want to lose him. And he's one of the best public speakers I know now and wrote an amazing book called The Trident, which is a New York Times best-selling book. And everywhere I go to speak, I always talk about Jay because I want him to get more speaking gigs, because the man has made a shift in his life. He went from being a warrior to now helping people in audiences just like this and bigger get off the X. That's his whole message, get off the X. He goes, there we were in 2007, and I found myself on the X of ambush. He goes, but life gives you ambushes. Your business gives you ambushes. Your personal trainers who work for you will ambush you, right? The government will ambush you with more taxes. Competition will ambush you. You could either tie yourself down to the X, come up with excuses, and die, or be resilient as fuck and say, I will live, I will thrive, I will dominate, and get off the X. So resiliency in business is paramount if you want to survive and if you want to thrive. The third R is resourcefulness. I was speaking at an event, about 1,500 people, a few months ago, and this young man came out to me and talked to me at the meet and greet. And his name was Michael. He goes, I want to sell fitness information products. I want to make a follow-along video program where people can download and work out. They pay me and I can work out from my laptop anytime I want. I can make videos anywhere I want. Like, cool, man, do it. I'm pumped for you, do it. He goes, yeah, but there's only one problem with this. And he points to my video guy. I typically have this guy Ed and Primo, two guys who cruise around with me. Instagram these days makes us all into content creators, right? But thankfully they're in North Carolina right now setting up for the thing I'm flying out to tomorrow. So he points to Ed, one of my videographers. He goes, but I don't have a video guy like you do. And I don't have a website. I can't afford to make a website. And even if I did, I don't have a shopping cart to take money on online. And even if I had that, I don't have any marketing. I don't have anyone to do marketing for me. I have no one to pay to do marketing for me. I was like, dude, do you realize that picture we just took the selfie with? You do realize you can make the videos off that. And you can go to WordPress.com and make a free website. And you can go to PayPal.com and get a free shopping cart and just pay 2.5% for every transaction. And oh, by the way, that same phone that you have, you can make how-to videos, how to get flat abs, how to eat less while at a wedding, how to get chiseled, how to put on muscle. And you put that on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And the algorithms are so powerful that they're going to get the right audience in front of you, and you're going to move that audience to your sales page. I go, you're telling me you don't have all these resources. I'm telling you, you've got to get resourceful. And in life, folks, you have to get resourceful. Oftentimes, you'll find yourself in a position where your back's against the wall. That's just how business is. No one told me that. I thought it was going to be like, oh, competition's good. Do you ever hear that phrase, competition's good? Competition's not good. It's fucked up. If I believe I'm the best product out there, then I don't want competition, because then if the community goes to the competition, they're going to a lesser product, lesser service, which is going to downgrade my industry. I want the competition out of business. I need you to change your mind, the way you think. The competition is bad. Competition is fucked up, and my job is to kill the competition. That's the mindset you want to go in with. Now, when you see the competition, you play nice. When I see the founders of Orange Theory, F45, all these other brands, I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Let me tell you what's working for me. Tell me what's working for you. Behind the scenes, I'm going to fucking put you out of business. Period. You need that level of resiliency. And you've got to get resourceful, because competition can come in with more marketing dollars, and you can go, I can't market like they can, so I should die. No, that means you go and knock on 100 doors. If you don't have the dollars, then you have the doors. Let them run the Facebook ads. You go knock on 100 doors. Who are those cats who go door to door and try to get you to convert? Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you. Now, you pretend you're a Jehovah's Witness of fitness, right? And you go door to door, 100 doors a day. Seriously. And you will get more clients than anybody else. That's resourcefulness. That takes no money, it takes no technology, it just takes your enthusiasm and your feet. You've got to get resourceful. And third is you must be relentless in life. We talk about resilience. You must be relentless in life. Nothing ever came to anyone who wasn't relentless. It's just a fact. Like, if you are relentless about helping people, then you must do everything you can to get them to buy your programs. You must do everything you can to follow up relentlessly. You must do everything you can to relentlessly get referrals. Like, I love the everyday garden weed. Not the kind of weed that everyone smokes out there, but the everyday garden weed. Because the garden weed can grow out of asphalt and concrete and sand and snow. I've seen weed grow out of everywhere, right? In all types of weird temperatures and climates. Because it is relentless. It is relentless. And oftentimes, in life and in business, we treat ourselves as cute little orchids. What you don't know about the orchid is that it's very fragile. Too much water, it dies. Not enough water, it dies. Too much sun, it dies. The temperature's not right, it dies. The weed, not so much. Resilient as fuck. Because it is relentless in its pursuit of reproduction. That is it. But all you have to do is get equally as relentless in your pursuit of creating the outcome. Because people go, B, you're pretty intense. You're pretty locked on. You're pretty obsessed. I go, yeah, I'm a control freak. Oh, control freak's bad. No, it's not. I control every fucking outcome in my life. Because I'm relentless in my pursuit of excellence. And I know what excellence looks like. It looks like 2,500 Fit Body Bootcamp locations worldwide where we're serving 5 million people every single morning. To me, excellence is me being the #1 donator to Shriner Children's Hospital. Right now, I'm the #4 donator. Justin Timberlake is the #1 donator. 80% of my speaking fees go to Shriner Children's Hospital. Like, that to me is excellence. Excellence is not #4, not #3, not #2, being the #1 donator. Having 2,500 Fit Body Bootcamp locations. Raising 2 amazing kids who are going to make a bigger impact on this planet than I ever did. And so I'm relentless in the pursuit of all of that, and I need your commitment to be as relentless as well. Do I have that?
Yes.
Thank you so much.